Hi, folks. A second video is going to deal with how to start a new unit and set up some of the elements of that unit, in particular what I call the unit header, the basic descriptions and titles, and then stage one, where we will decide on our goals and outcomes for the unit. So I can either go to Foundations here in order to start that unit, or I can go up here to Foundations this way. Okay, just since I'm already in this course and navigated to it, I'm just going to go to Foundation here. Now you'll see when I get to Foundation, again, please don't worry that you see all these courses listed on this side because they're all the trimesters for that course. You won't see all those, it's because I'm in as an administrator. So you'll see a basic interface here. This is a test unit I've done already for this area, and in which I'll talk about this later. You can view, copy units, export, etc., and publish them, which is an important piece that we're going to work on. But right now, I'm going to go to create a new unit. When I create a new unit, it pops up with a template for me to put in some of the basic, again, header information, I call it. So I'm going to call this one second test unit. Greg. Description is, in this unit, students will blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to select start and end dates for the unit. Start and end dates are important because, again, this allows us to calendar these units in basic sense and sequence your units across the course of the year. It also allows for the content to be visible for students in their learning board through a calendar that we'll look at another time. So I'll just save changes here. Okay, and now it comes up with the unit overview. If I want to make any changes to it, I can. I can also add other courses to this or other teachers to this who may not be part of that team. Okay, but for today's work, that's probably more than you need to do. So I'm just going to click on save here. I haven't done any changes, but it will still give me an indicator that tells me that the unit has been saved. Now I'm going to go to stage one of the unit, and stage one gives me basic ability to add the unit goals, both in terms of academic standards and G21 impacts. Okay, and there are some other elements in here that you may or may not use in the long run, but we put them in place here anyway for now. So one of the first things that I might do is I want to add standards. Now, a little quick point here, because we're dealing at Greenfield with a number of different standards, from Wisconsin standards to Common Core, et cetera, we need to still do some work on importing those and being able to align them to subject areas and grade levels to make it a little more contextual for you. But what we'll do here is I'll just click on this. First thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to say, okay, perhaps there might be Wisconsin state standards, et cetera, but I'm just going to choose a Common Core because they're loaded into the area. I'm going to choose math, and I'm going to choose grade 8. Again, this will be more contextual for you later on, but because you draw from many standards, you still may be able to do so that you can select the standards that you want to make as the basis for your unit goals. I click on save, and now what it gives me are, I click on this and extend it, Common Core Mathematics Standards. It gives me the standards from a Common Core and allows me to select them by simply checking on this box. And that allows me to select across the various strands, and across the various standards, or the details of standards if I want to, in terms of what I want to make as the unit goals for the overall unit. Now, if you notice, their little green box popped up every time I clicked on something, it saved automatically. Okay. Now I'm going to go down here, and one of the areas I know that you've been working on a lot is the notion of being able to graft and bring alongside G21 impacts. In this stage, we can do it for the overall unit so that we make a sort of a global goal that we want for the unit around G21. We can also do it at the assessment level, which I'll show. But if you want to make sure that this unit really focuses on elements of collaboration, all right, I can click on that. You notice it saves automatically. If I extend the menu, it shows me the performance indicators that are in place, and I can do multiple selects here. So I can select innovation if I want to at this stage, and it brings it into place. Okay. Now again, these become now unit-wide goals as opposed to specific goals I might graft to assessments. Now we won't get into this very much today, but there's an area in here if you want to work towards transfer goals, enduring understandings and essential questions as part of the UBD process and UBD model, and then common knowledge and common skills that you want all kids to be able to focus on during the unit. In more specific sense, if you want to put those in place, you can do so. Right now, we're just going to deal with the standards as they are and the G21 impacts. Okay, and so that's basically it for stage 1. In the next video, we're going to move on to stage 2. So we'll be back in a second with video number 3. Thanks.